Hello and welcome to HealthyHouseplants.com, where we teach you all about gardening in the great indoors. Today's video is sponsored by our Amazon affiliate link, which you'll see in the description section below. Also in the description section, you'll see links to any videos that I mention in this video. So today I'm going to talk to you about top dressing houseplants. And top dressing refers to adding soil and fertilizers onto the top part of the pot, onto the top part of the soil around the plant, and there's various reasons why you would do that. One of the biggest reasons you do that is you don't have a time to repot the plant, but you know it needs more nutrients and moisture, or B, the plant is just way too big for you need help. Maybe you need to get 3 people to move this big plant outside so you can repot it, so you're not able to do it by yourself. So this is a way to give it kind of like a mini repotting, at least giving it some new soil so that it will then thrive and grow better for you. The other reason to do it is maybe it wasn't too long ago when you did repot. However, maybe the plant tipped over and a little soil fell out, or there's a lot of soil coming out of the bottom of the pot when you water, or there is the soil is flowing over the top as you water and you've lost too much that way. So some of those situations happen with this pothos you can see here. So right there you can see that it's pretty low in the pot. And what you don't want to do is have a plant too low in the pot because the pests and diseases can start to fester in there. And I have another video about that. So you don't want to be, so you want about 1/4 of an inch all the way to the top of left around here, and the rest is soil. So we're going to top dress this pothos, and it will likely then grow a lot, start growing a lot more quickly as well. So top dressing, usually you want to use soil. You can and mix in some fertilizers, as I mentioned. So this is a nice soil. It's a ProMix BX, which I like. It's my favorite for many reasons, including the fact that it has mycorrhizae, which I have another video on. And it's pre-moistened, as you'll see. So pre-moistening the soil before top dressing is important, because what happens if you just pour dry soil onto the top is once you water, it's going to sink quite a bit because it's going to soak up the water and then it'll flatten. So if you use moist soil like this, when you fill it up, you're going to get the right height that you want. So I am going to go ahead and put some soil on here. And this top dressing will give the plants new nutrients, and it will also protect the top layer of the soil that's there now, and then the beneficial bacteria in the soil becomes even healthier. So your plant will get even healthier. Now, I am also going to mix in, I love to do, this is worm compost. And I talk about the benefits of worm compost in another video. So I'm going to mix in some worm compost. Worm compost is very mild, so you can't really overdo worm compost. And I'm going to use this here to mix that. So I'm going to mix it in a little bit. Also going to add in some of my Green Gourmet houseplant food here. It's got a lot of really good things in it, including mycorrhizae, natural growth hormones. So I'm going to add some of that in, and then I am going to mix it in more. You can use the other end of the spoon if you want to get it into the cracks and crevices, and make sure that I've got a good amount in there, like I said, leaving about 1/4 of an inch of a pot rim on the top. Sometimes you have to lift things a little bit and put a little soil underneath where if it's hanging over the edge. And I'm pushed down a little bit with my fingers, and I'm finding that it can use a little more soil. I've already put in the fertilizer and worm compost, so I'm going to end with soil, top it off again with soil. That keeps also the fertilizer and the worm compost in between, so it'll get to the plant faster that way. Press down with your fingers gently but firm enough where you get a good idea of how much space. And so you can see I'm putting quite a bit of soil into this plant. So this plant is going to be revived. Is it going to be as well? Is it going to happen? Is it going to work as well as if I repotted the whole plant? No, because the roots are still in the older soil. However, it is going to make a difference in this plant's growth and health. So, and it will be holding more water, so it gives the plant more water too. And that being said, I won't need to water this plant as much, because that's another thing that happens when you don't have enough soil in the pot. You end up having to water, quite a bit. So quite a bit, quite often. So this will cut down on watering frequency tremendously. So you can see here how we've got that nice and filled in now. So you can see there's just a little bit of a rim here, but you do want some rim. Otherwise what happens is when you water, the soil comes back over and flows over the side of the pot, and you have your empty pot syndrome again. And then once you're done with the top dressing, you want to water with tepid water or room temperature water or even warm water. And let it soak in well. You want to water so you get it nice and moist, and then water until the water comes out the bottom of the pot, as you're seeing it is doing now. And then you are done with the top dressing. It's good to note when you did the top dressing, so you know, because it's kind of similar to when repotting. It's good to know when you repotted. It's also good to know when you top dressed. And then keep an eye on it and see how well the plant does, so you know what worked well. Was it the good combo of the soil and the worm compost and the fertilizers, just so you know what really worked for that plant, those combinations. So thank you for stopping by today. Please leave any comments about any indoor gardening tutorials you'd like to see. And remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.